I find solace in the realization that sometimes the bravest thing one can do is to let go. Letting go of the illusions, the expectations, and the shattered fragments of a love that, you know what, is no longer sustained. So here you are. Look at you. With everything that you've been through, you're still standing tall. And you know what? That's all that matters. And above all, I understand how lonely that road that you took to get into where you are today. You didn't know that there were better feelings out there, didn't you? All you know is feeling sad, crappy, awful. But there are better feelings out there, and those feelings exist. You should know that you were brave. And I understand that being strong is the only options you have. And oftentimes, you got hurt by trying to be strong, but you stay kind. Anggie, you stay kind. And I'm so proud of you. You hold on to hope. It's been working so well for you. Working and hoping and believe. Guys, believe that one day there will be someone that who will never leave your side. Someone who would listen more. Someone who prioritizes without being asked. Someone who would seek to understand you first instead of being understood. And you know what? There is someone who embraces every version of you and never turn it against you. Someone who has seen the worst of you, yet chooses to love you more. I promise you that one day, someday, you will feel your happiness again. But now, you have to find yourself again. Life might be painful, and it might remain the same forever. But we are here. Our existence has a purpose. There are people out there who root for you and need you in their lives. And do you know why? Because you matter. Do you hear me? You matter. You are not what happened to you. You are who you choose to be. So let me remind you this. Never again will you let anyone tell you you're not enough. And never again will you let anyone tell you you're hard to love. Never again will you let anyone be the sole source of your happiness. Never. You are worth celebrating today and every day. And keep remembering that when God wants, no one could stop him. Therefore, let go. Just let go. And let God.
Ladies and gentlemen, Anggie. Wow. Please have a seat.
Hello.
Wow.
Who are you?
I was stunned.
Yeah, no, I wanted to cry, but you know, we're live on TV, so I can't cry. But doesn't it feel like he was talking to us?
No,
Like anyone can be touched by what you just said.
Well, for me, it felt like you are representing me and talking, like me talking with my inner monologue, me talking to myself. Anggie, Ariningsih in that, on that chair was actually everyone in their daily life with themselves.
Yes.
So Anggie, that one was deeply emotional. Deeply emotional. And it was taken from your book, Forge, Defying the Storm Within.
Yes.
Can you tell us the journey behind the book?
Okay. Hi, everyone. Actually, thank you. Thank you for having me here. So yeah, the journey of the book, I've been sitting on the idea for about 7 years, whether or not I should write this. Because in the book, there's so many details that if I write it and if I publish it, then it will be out there.
Yeah.
Right? Do I want my parents to know? Do I want my friends to know? Do I want, I don't know, my ex-boyfriend to know? Or like whoever, you know, do I want my colleague in the office to know what's actually going on with me?
Yeah.
But then I thought, no, I want them to know. So what? You know, I want it to be heard. So it took me about 1.5 years working with someone who actually experienced in writing a book, you know, with her. And then we do this, cooking this and that. So finally we have few chapters because it was really hard to find angle, like where do you want to hit, like where do you want to shape the story? Right? I'm a mother of 3, I'm a worker, I'm a survivor of sexual assault, you know, like, so where do you want the angle to be? So we decided to be the core, like everything we put there, bits and pieces. So it was pretty much every time I wrote like a chapter or a page, this is what happened. Or even like I don't want to talk to anyone, or I hide in my bathroom for, you know, some time, because you have to go back to where that moment happened. So this
To the core memory.
to the core memory, exactly the feeling, like you can feel it, you know, like let's say when I was kidnapped, right? Or when I was assaulted, that moment where my skin touched something, like I have to feel that. So you gotta go back every time there's words in there, you know, it's all the feeling that it was, you know, happened before.
Wow. So would you say that would be like the biggest challenge for you while writing this, while preparing this?
Yes, that
Going
would be
back
it would
to
be back
and
to the event.
reliving it, right?
Yes, and then going back to the present and
Yeah.
you know, being just me right now. You know, you're fine, you're strong, you're fine, you're strong. You know, things like that. So that would be the hardest one. Yeah, it takes forever to do that.
Okay, so this seems to be very, very, very much personal.
Yes.
And not a lot of people, like you just said earlier, you went through the thought process of it, of making it a book for 7 years. And not a lot of people want to share their personal life, let alone their personal trauma.
Yeah.
And what have made you feel like I need to share this to people?
Right. So the first time, Hans, actually, I wanted to do this for people, you know, so then people can learn, maybe learn something out of it, maybe get some strength out of it. I don't know. But then one good friend said that unless you want to do this for yourself, never even dare to do it. So it took me a while. I went to, you know, therapists. You know, we all need some professional to help us go through everything that we've been through in our life. And then when I'm strong enough, and one day, you know, one sunny day, I was in front of a mirror and I said, oh, I'm pretty. It takes a while for someone to say that. You know, like, I look good.
Yeah.
You know, you have to feel good to be able to say that you look good, right?
Yes,
And then one day, I called him and I said, this is it. I'm going to do this for me because I want my story to be told. I want to be heard. That's number one. Number two, if anybody can get any energy from reading it and being more resilient every day and being stronger every day and know that you can achieve your dream, so be it. You know, why not, right? I mean, the purpose, I mean, the intention is always good. It's a good positive energy that I put there. And I hope somebody, when they read it, they could feel that way.
So take us when you were doing the whole process of writing this book. Who was behind you? Who was your biggest support? Who was your rock?
Okay, my rock was actually my friends around me and the writer, the one that helps me writing, Nia and Scandal, those two people. and I have Melissa and everyone actually. That's really the core of it. Because every time they ask me to tell the story, they record it, right? So every time I record it, I would also do that.
Yeah.
Then they help me to write it. Then I have to rewrite it, right? So all those process, you gotta feel those emotions over and over again. And actually, I'm writing the extended version of this. I wanted to, and I wanted to translate it to Bahasa, and then I extended version it, right? I put more details on it. I can't. I can't.
Okay, let me
opened
stop
like
you there.
2.
Okay, let me stop you there. You told them the story, and they record it. They type it, they write it, and you have to rewrote it.
Yeah, somehow.
Why?
Because it's them writing it from their perspective, like or their perspective, or of course like I'm the one who write it, so it's my story. So I need to somehow, oh, this is not here, this is there. I don't want this part to be, I don't want the book to be a lovey-dovey book. It's not a lovey-dovey book. It's not about only a love story. No, it's about a trauma. It's about tragedy. It's about pretty much resilience. So it has to be rough. The book is really rough.
So this book contains a lot of trauma and all those fights and battle that you fought. Will we find any happy stories inside of it?
Yes, so I mean, like as I said, I don't want it to be a lovey-dovey. So there are moments where I'm falling in love with someone that I thought it would be a Prince Charming that's gonna save me from all this misery. Yeah, well, he saved me at some point. Every exes are actually helping us at some point.
Yes.
But then, no. That Prince Charming might be there in your life, but sometimes it doesn't end the way you want it to be, So, and then it ended, right? But then the point of it is all the happiness, yet the struggle, yet the benefits and the lessons that you get in your life. Those are the things that I put together there.
So that's why it's forged.
Yeah.
It's forged. You're forged.
into a person that you are now sitting in front of us.
Yes.
Exactly. All right.
Yes.
Raw, right?
Yes.
Rawness of
It
this.
hit hard.
All right, let's talk about the launching of the book.
Right.
So we heard that it was launched with a special showcase, the one that we just saw.
Yeah.
What was the concept of it?
So yeah, the concept was I wanted to actually hire someone to do it. I never do it before. Like I don't know if I can do it. But then everyone said, like every good friend said, if it's your story, you tell the story. Hell, girl.
I agree.
We all agree. You're there.
Yes.
Go ahead. So I was like, okay, let's do this. So I did it. The concept is really putting parts of it. So there are parts like the childhood, the trauma itself, the assault, and then when I fell in love, and then when it didn't work out, and then I disappeared for a little bit. Melissa Putri was on with Bukan Jodoh.
I love that movie.
Right. And then,
I love that song.
And then I appear again with the transformation of me that is so strong. That is, I put makeup on, I'm pretty, so what? Hit me kind of deal.
The Miranda Priestley version
Yeah,
of me.
the Miranda Priestley version. Yeah, so that's the concept. The concept is not only me just talking the whole time. So there are songs that actually live with me for those journey. Like for instance, A New Day Has Come from Celine Dion, right?
Yes,
You
yes.
listen to it over and over again to
Yes.
tell you that, oh, this is such a bad day, but New Days is gonna come, things like that. So, and then I'm Alive, it actually just to tap, because I'm sick.
Yeah.
I've been sick for 30 years until now. So, to say that I am alive, it's a big deal for me. Yeah, so those songs are there. So the monologue itself is not gonna be like listening to me talking all the time. It will be parts of a story, and there will be some songs and music inside it. So we call it a musical monologue.
Musical monologue.
Because we have a lot of soundtracks in each season of our lives, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
my
that's
point.
why.
Oh my God, that is so true.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So our lives is like a movie, if I could actually describe it. And we have soundtracks in each season.
Yes.
Now, while you were performing earlier, Yani has her own feeling towards that. I also have some interpretation inside of me watching that. But how did the audience respond to the showcase? Did you have any memorable moments with the audience?
Yes.
Do tell us.
Even until now, I mean, all of them getting out of there soaking wet, in tears. Some of them say sorry to me because they didn't know what happened in my life, and they know. They said instantly, I know that's not your message. Instantly, I know that you're just sharing, and you're just telling us that you're strong. It's okay. You're not blaming us. No, I'm not blaming anyone. It's okay for you not to know. So, let's say I will take 2 or 3, right? One, a guy, a friend of mine, when I came out, when I changed my clothes, I was wearing a flowy dress from Masjid Maulana, right? I mean, it's always amazing. And then she said, I cried at that point, I just can't hold my tears. I said, why? You remind me of my mom. I said, how? How? Because she struggled in her life, and then she took care of me, and then you came out of there like, just like really pretty, like a princess. And I know that my mom already worked really hard, and you look like her. Somehow, you are the representation of my mom. So he cried, right? And there's one, when I said you met her, she like lost it, she cried. Why, love? I said, why? Because no one tell me that. I needed to remind myself that I am matter. I said, yes, you are. Yeah. That's why I'm doing this. So yeah, it's there are a lot of emotions at that night, but everyone apparently they took their point of view, they took their own personal experience towards the monologue and towards the story. And apparently there are a lot of assault survivor around that thank you for telling us the story. Thank you for being our voice. Thank you for being so okay telling it.
So brave.
So brave telling it to the world, right? So I was like, thank you. Like it humbled me. And the one who reads the book, it's amazing. Some of the guys actually reading the book, some older guys that I thought they don't want to buy, but they bought. A guy who were educating religious, things in your life. He wrote me a text the other day, and he said, this book is not only for women, this book is actually for guys, for men to understand women better, to understand their ambition, to understand the way of thinking. Because women apparently, like you, they have dreams, and then we as a man have to support it. Yeah. So it really like, wow. I didn't expect that. So those are pretty much the moments that I heard so far.
She said a lot of people cried. I believe her because we only saw like one scene, right? And it got me teary-eyed. So can you imagine if you see like the whole thing showcased?
I was actually chasing my breath by only watching that.
All right, so what message do you want to share through Forge and the monologue showcase? And no, I'll just answer that first before we go to the next one.
The message that I want to share from the monologue and the book would be resilient, because life ain't easy, but there are better days. So these too shall pass, it's true, right? So when you have a bad day, and if you think that there are problems that you think it will never solve, because I was dealing with my my extended family's problem at that time. I had to deal with it. I had to be assaulted because of their problem, So I thought there's no way. Just think that success has so many ways, dream has so many ways, and be resilient, I think, is the way to get through it. But then again, take a break. Do what you love, Take a break, go diving. I dive. So go diving, read a book, or just have a one day for yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself, pamper yourself.
Yeah.
It's very important. So those messages are there, basically. You gotta go forge, but you gotta go love yourself, be really, really love yourself. People just say, love yourself, love yourself. They don't really mean it.
Yeah.
What does it mean to love yourself? It's listen to that little thing inside you. If your friends want you to go out, but you're tired, you just want to spend your night and watching Netflix, and you're worried that your friend gonna be like, oh my God, she's not coming.
Like, you're boring.
God, you're boring. It's fine. If they're good friends of you, they will be there.
Yes.
When
And
you
they
wanna
will,
get
they
out.
will actually understand.
Exactly
You'd be
my
like, I'm
point.
old.
Let alone us in our 30 plus era.
And being on TV every day, my goodness,
True,
right?
true.
Nah, yeah.
And this is
there-
why we take vacation.
Exactly. You go disappear somewhere for a bit. Yeah.
So, will there be any second showcase?
Yes.
When?
Hopefully, we're working on sponsorships right now. Hopefully, we'll get some on the 16th of June in Teater Usmar Ismail. So the place will be bigger and it will be 400 seats.
Wow.
So hopefully we will make it in time because like we're and the version would be a lot like extended. The artist that sings there will be more.
Oh my God.
Those are the original artists from my childhood, since I was childhood until now. So it will be very
exciting.
very exciting.
Because I'm telling you, coming from a musical theater background,
Oh my God, you should go.
doing a monologue is actually the hardest. I mean, at least for me. For me, back in my theater time, doing a monologue is very hard because you got to pour all your energy, because when you're actually with somebody else on the stage, you can actually share the burden of the show.
Yeah. If
right?
you forget something.
If you
or
forget
whatever,
something, someone could actually
somebody
cover
else.
it for you and stuff like that. But for monologue is actually a thing, like it's a whole different thing. But that's for the script that is not based on yourself. But this, based on yourself,
Yeah.
like it would be another thing. But also, if you heard what Anggie just said about the text that has been sent to her by a male, and saying that this book is not actually for female.
Only,
This
yeah.
is not for female only. But I would actually agree to that because this book needs to be read by men to be more understanding in terms of knowing our existence. I mean, I'm not going to say the ladies, the women's existence, but our existence in the world is to be partner for women, for female, despite of the biological role
Yeah.
that we might have.
Yeah.
But it's beyond the gender.
Yeah,
It's
beyond gender.
beyond the biological function of yourself. But also, if you read the book, this is actually the book that you need to be even more kind in your daily life.
Yes. Yes. You just have to be kind.
I know.
And also women to be understood, right?
Yes, women to be understood, of
Gotta
course.
put there in there. Put it in there.
Yeah,
Put it in
actually,
there.
because sometimes we are mean to ourselves or we're mean to other women. Like, why? We just have to be supportive to each other. I don't understand why. Like, your eyelashes is wrong, your hair is wrong, your clothes is
Like,
wrong.
why?
And then you're gonna go back home and say, no, I'm pretty.
Yep.
All right, unapologetically me.
That's right. All right, Anggie, so today is May Day. Do you have a message for all workers, especially women, who continue to fight for their rights?
Right. I think I keep using that word resilience, right? I think being resilient is the key. It's not easy to be women in any, like in a lot of industry, right? Finance industry, tech industry is not easy. But right now, the opportunity is out there. So I think it's your choice to enter yourself into the opportunity. So first things first is don't be scared, be brave. I read a research on this actually. Women, when in the meeting or in presentation, men, when they got in and they said, I made this, or this is me, like I do this report, things like that, right? But women tend to say, my team does this report, or women doesn't claim things for them because that's us, it's our nature. Men also do this. I mean, we do things for other people. That's us. That's us as human, right? We do things for our. Then we forgot that no, you gotta tap yourself in the back and said, I did this. You get into the room and said, I did this. So what? If you made it, you said it, right? And then so be resilient, I think. And then don't be scared. Don't be afraid. My career through 24 years of my career from a secretary, no, from a typist. There was no one actually typing 10 fingers blind at that time. So I was a typist working for a lawyer. Then my dream was what? To be a lawyer. Then when I was a lawyer, I wanted to be a director. Then I am a director. So like never too scared to have that high of a dream and run your thing. Run your own company if you want to have your own company. So those who are still working on things that you don't want to, those who are still struggling, that doing something that you don't like, which I know it's a lot of people just getting up in the morning and just going. Find something that you like first. When you have to spend 8 to 10 hours doing something you don't like, at least the rest of the day you do something you like.
Yes.
Okay? And then after that, reach your dream. Whatever dream you are, don't be scared. Just be brave and know that you women, we're equal. We're all equal. No one is higher, no one is smarter, no one is like higher than us. But people are smarter, we can learn from them, but then we're all equal. So have that in your mind. So every time you face someone that's trying to belittle you because you're women, tell them, I'm a woman. I do what you cannot do, guys. So yeah, I mean, as slay as that, basically.
Yes, love it.
Anggie, Setia, Ariningsih, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for
and
having me.
also sharing about your book, and thank you for writing this.
Thank you. I will see you guys on 16th of June.
Yes,
Invite
deal.
everyone to come.
We'll wait for the invitation.
That's a deal. That's a deal. Thank you so much.
Thank you
and
so
also
much.
good luck for the preparation of the 16th of June.
Yes, we are rooting for all those kind sponsors out there.
And let us know if we can help you any further with that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right, so for the next See the Stories, we'll continue after the break, and we will talk about our first job and May Day. Do not go anywhere.